All right. Let's get to it. What are we doing? Oh, random starts. All right. So we put off a couple days. We have not been doing this, so it's time we get back to our homework. Yeah, I said homework. Everybody's PTSD got triggered right there. Where is random spawns? So obviously this first one doesn't count. We just kind of load in. All of the places that are in green, we have not gotten a win from those locations. But our last random start run, we did win. And the new set of rules that we have been playing by with random start location is that we do 2 attempts. If we fail the 2 attempts, we open another bet with 3 attempts. If we fail all 3 attempts, we open another bet with 4 attempts. And that number keeps growing until I finally get a win. And then we reset our bets back to 2. Now, just so you know, when I say 2 attempts, I don't mean from the same location. It just means like you go again. You load into another random location. So let's, yeah, it is currently at 2. So let's say Noita, random, start, location, run, 2 attempts. Crazy TI after you win this? After I beat all of it? Maybe. After I've accomplished every, oops, a win from every location. That would be nice. We still have some very easy locations remaining, but we also have some very bad ones. If they're in red, it means that I've already gotten a win from that location before. And as you can see, we have a ton of red ones. We are past the halfway mark in terms of getting a win from every biome in all of Noita. Could have read the messages the host of the event sent. He did not send that to me. He's showing the message he sent to me didn't say anything. You're just making shit up now. You're just listen. I'm listening to Mikey. Mikey said what I was saying is reasonable. You guys are just baiting at this point. He did not send me at any point in time a duration of that. That's all. Stop taking the bait. All right, I'll stop. It's like, hey, you didn't read my fucking Discord posts in another Discord. That wasn't even in my Discord. Like, what the fuck? How much time do you think I spent on the internet? Like, yes, I in stream and I scroll through everybody's chat logs to make sure I didn't miss anything important. Then I check their Twitter accounts to see, you know, what kind of stuff they're tweeting out. And then afterwards, I go to their OnlyFans account to make sure they didn't write some scheduling on their fucking nude asses on there. No, I fucking in stream and I fucking program and I try to have a life, goddammit. Boom, bets are closed. Driving me insane. Oh my gosh, game, please! Work with me! Work with me, not the forgotten cave, please!
IDKI did read the basic event description after being invited to that server. Also stop calling playing Dota programming.
Alright, alright.
I'm working so I can't follow the stream. But is this the same bet you opened 40 minutes ago?
Yes.
We are at 2 hours of a stream.
Oh god, we're fucked.
0 gameplay. Why you have to be this way? Can't you be normal and play the game?
Dude, there's like no way out of this thing. Be cool, be cool. Dude, there's like a billion summons right there. No! No! I got 2 attempts. I have 2 attempts. That was only attempt number 1.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? Spin.
It says entered the lake. Oh shit, wait. Oh, if it tries to spawn you in the lake deep, it considers it an impossible spawn and it puts you somewhere else. So the lake that I thought was a free spawn is actually only kind of a free spawn. Sometimes it's a redo. Oh my god.
Well, I wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh shit. Be cool, man, be cool. That was unlucky, all right? Come on. We spawned in the same spot twice. Second shot before second bed. Let me open the second bed at least.
Everything is coming up, Millhouse.
God damn it. There's no Millhouse. We are doing 3 attempts on the next one because that's how we've been, you know, we said we're going to do it from now on. Random, start, location, run, 3 attempts. All right, closing the bet. Let's go. I'm a little confused, Aqua. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How have I never gotten a normal, like an actual good digging anytime I get the dragon spawn? It never fails. Only bad spawns. That's like the rules of the dragon spawn. What is happening with the dragon, by the way? Oh, he fucked off. Oh, please let me out, man. I gotta run, I gotta run. I think he's coming, I don't know. No! Maybe if I run down here? That's a bad mistake. This was a bad mistake. Freedom! We have an acid potion. We just need to make it to the boss. And not fuck up the flask throw, but... I don't like any of these. No dragon's coming! Oh no! Don't piss off the gods! I already got enough problems! Okay, that was a bad dodge by me. I need this wand. I need this. Throw your attack. Oh no! Oh, come on! Fuck, all of that. I shouldn't have greeted for the wand. I hesitated because what was happening was I was going to bait the attack from him, and then as I was moving forward, I realized I can't get past him because the freeze guy will aggro. I couldn't have made it past him. Why when you had a flask? I mean, I still would like a wand of some kind because the dragon, I think the dragon will chase you forever. So I was thinking like I need some kind of wand to maybe kill the dragon or to like assist in some way. Just walking it would have been very rough. Damn it. That was our first time to actually escape out of the dragon area though. With the shitty digging one. He doesn't load chunks like Tiny does. You can unload him. So if I had... if I see him in the dragon zone and I intentionally do not take the portal, like I go high up to bring him high up and then immediately drop down and take that portal, then he'll unload and not chase anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like purposely kind of kite him high up in the jungle first. Yeah, it can work. All right. I'll remember that. I'll remember that strat. Why not throw the acid flask at the dragon? I don't think you can kill him with an acid flask, but I could be wrong. I've never seen it done. 1 attempt. Wait. Yes, 1. Okay, 1 out of 3. Okay. Why do I have a stain already? What the hell is that shit about? What? Did you see that? I was like submerged. The stain was not going. That's kind of crazy. I gotta run by quickly. Ooh, Telly. That's huge. Oh, fuck. This is bad news. Well, didn't have to use it yet, but I think I will have to. Yep. Oh! No! I should have kicked the thing. I tried to slip between it, but it caught my character. Fuck, man. Damn it. Damn it!
Now that was entertaining.
Damn
Cannot
it.
wait to see more of such attempts. The problem I see might be that we have some gimmicky spawns that are more boring grinds versus some action-packed ones like
Yeah.
this. Having them alternate sounds not like the best option.
Yeah, it's very jarring to go from like high action to like very slow and strategic. Here we go, number 3. The vault was supposed to be one of my easier spawns, by the way. Yes! Finally! RN Jesus, thank you. You are a hero. We got a collapsed mine spawn. If you don't know what collapsed mines, what it is the left side of the first zone is actually considered a separate biome. So we managed to get the left side. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Gotta make sure I don't throw away my free start. Like, I'm a little nervous, even though it's... Oh, shit, there we go. That's how you throw away a free start right there. Take a smack from a Sendari. That'll show him. Alright, a little way. This is 4th attempt, but I'm also bad at memory. That's why I was making sure to ask chat, because my memory is pretty rough too, and I was like, wait, how many attempts are we at? But this is the 3rd attempt, they were saying.
F word. Quickly, someone turn on TI on his ash. I really need a synonym table for how to make TTS say all those very bad words.
I gotta empty out this poly somewhere. I'm just gonna do it over here. I don't think I'm gonna clear the whole zone. Shouldn't really be necessary.
Do it.
Please watch it. This is the calculated chance of winning on random spawn.
Do it.
No, Shadow King. Wait, actually, did you make a meme video?
Fetch your notepad, friend, and make notes.
Do it.
Fuck you, cocksucker.
What the hell? What? I don't know if I'm the one getting insulted or Chad. What's happening here, Dunkleberry? Right, there we go, finally. Get rid of that guy. Our gold is not very great. We need to use more crystals. Remember, the crystals will give us bonus gold. And since we're not going to be clearing necessarily everything in the early game, I should be using it quite a bit to try to get that bonus gold where I can. Oh, that was a good spot right there. I should have been using it. There were several spiders that we could have got bonus money that we did not. A little bit of acceleratium. Ooh, that could have gone badly. Enemy was holding a missile wand, but something else killed him. I think he accidentally shot it and killed himself. There's a heart. Alright. Oh, more spiders here. Drop off the bomb. I know I'll go back for the heart, don't worry. I'm just kind of getting caught in like a chain of enemies. You just keep going. Never-ending enemies. You say you still need 3 fungal shifts and 4 orbs? Whoa. This was not part of the agreement. Are you making shit up right now? You seem to be making shit up. What is that? Levitadium. I'll grab it. Fire, chaotic poly. I don't think we'll do the chaotic poly. It's probably a bit unnecessary. Well, we could use it as a way to get out of the mountain if we really want to min-max a bit in the early game. I think you should have a 30-minute timer from reaching the mines and random starts to get a win. What? Why would I have this rule? This rule seems unreasonable. Oh! Did not see those guys there at first. If you get an extra attempt at filling the original challenge, chat should get a veto at least one location too. No! How does that balance out? I don't think that balances out. Because we do need to get rid of these earlier locations at some point, you know. They have to go away. Have to get a win from every zone possible. There's a chain bolt. I'm not a big fan of a lot of this stuff. Is that acid flood run survivable? What was it last time? Fire to acid or something? I don't know which one you're talking about, but yeah, the world flooding with acid is technically always survivable, but they get pretty rough. I mean, the last one I attempted, I did end up dying, but there is a way to survive them. It's just not, it's not easy to pull off. I think the Forgotten Cave is just impossible. You are not surviving that. I can do it. It's just gonna take a little while, Latali, that's all. I guess we'll get this to go a bit faster today. Think of the Giga Chad status if you Gamba. No, you're not risking this run, Bayhu. That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. Alright. I don't know if I'll go back up into this area, but I figured might as well leave the mountain intact just in case I see something I would like to edit. When we playing Pokopia, or is this channel fully abandoned Pokemon? I gotta watch some of this game. I gotta see what it's all about, but I don't have a Switch too, so don't be hoping to see me playing any Pokopia. Pokopium. Hidden Heart. Thank you. Game seemed chill, but nothing crazy. So it's not going to be the Minecraft killer. Microsoft's not going to have to sue Nintendo. Nintendo's going to sue Microsoft, actually. They're going to be like, Minecraft copied Pokopia. Those pieces of shit. Lumi drill. Shit, I gotta grab that, don't I? Why is there no micro hard? You don't feel like there's... You don't have any representation? Is that what you're saying? Chain Bolt, my beloved. Yeah, Chain Bolt's one of those that... In the early game, it's just so nice because you can just kind of shoot in the general direction, turn your brain off, it'll be fine. Uh-oh, there's a player ghost. That is how dreams come to an end. Player ghost, don't do it. What do you have? Oh god, oh god. Oh, it's a firebolt wand of some kind? Oh shit! Oh my god, do not go below him. Do not be below him. Oh my god, it's a dead end. Oh my god, I'm out of... Oh! Where the fuck is he going? Why is he soaking so much damage, too? Oh my god. He's the tankiest man alive. Thank God for the ambrosia. How is he not dying to his own shots? Come on, man. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Finally. Woo! Chain Bolt really sucks against the player ghost. That's why you gotta carry that tablet with you so you can just bop him with that thing and put an end to it right away. What was making me nervous is that he had on his shot, he has that one thing that shoots down and explodes, and it actually does dig. And because of the way fire works, whenever you have fire and the ground beneath you disappears, it actually gets rid of the ambrosia super fast. I think the ultimate move for me would, instead of wasting that one shot trying to dig and then it not working, is I should have did a one shot directly down to dig a small cup on like a thick piece of ground like this, and then pour the ambrosia into that cup. That way I don't have to worry about the fire working together and like kind of, you know, with the ground digging away and it just drying the ambrosia off at the exact moment an explosive hit me or some shit. There is a heart in there. I'm mega sick with influenza right now, and the arguing and weaseling out of tomorrow's event length really cheered me up. Good stuff. Thank you, Dunk. What? Weaseling out of the event? What did... QZ said he was ready for this. He had a substitute. He was prepared. Was it weaseling out of the event? Not weaseling out of not being told the event length? I mean, that's just a fact. I wasn't directly told.
It's kind of telling that QZ had a backup plan in case you tried to weasel your way out.
No. If anything, the only thing telling about it is that he realized it is kind of a long time. So some people may have stuff they need to do. That's what it's telling. Ooh, my hearts are piling up now. Wait, is Dunk legit not going to be on the event? No, I'll be there. It's just, Aqua had brought up that it's 6 hours, and I was like, what? 6 hours? I thought it was going to be a couple hours. And I was like, I don't think I can be there for the entire 6 hours. And then chat's like, what the fuck, you piece of shit? I was just like, well, I mean, I said I can go. I didn't know I was going to, you know, be there 6+ hours. And then they were just like, what the fuck, you piece of shit? I feel like spending 30 minutes before the Hisi base is cheating. What? No, it's just, that's what's called powering up. When there's a pile of coal that is a part of a pattern, how do you actually see that it has a heart when that heart is fully covered by the coal? There's really just one formation that you're looking for. You're literally just looking for one formation. It's in the second zone, the zone that I'm in right now. And it is, wait, I scrolled past it. What am I doing? What? Oh, this one right here. It's only this formation. That's the only one that you have to look under the coal. And the way you know is there's always this wood formation here. There isn't always a wand here. Sometimes a wand spawns there, but you always see this kind of funky wood formation. Sometimes I guess the fire could burn it, but you'll see that there was a wood formation that burned it away. And so you know, oh shit, there's going to be a pile of coal right below it. And there's a 30% chance that under that coal, there'll be a heart. Now in this scenario, you see the heart clearly visibly, but that's just shown for this image. Normally the heart is underneath the coal. You would not see it. It's sad if he doesn't show the nest. Well, in this image, it doesn't have, is there a nest one? I mean, there's a very high probability that a nest will spawn here that spawns the bees. That's one of the big indicators. Anytime you see, I fight a nest of bees, because those are one of those enemies that take a little while to deal with most of the time. Above it, there is a high chance that it will also have this formation here. So it'll have the coal with the heart, but it also still has the wood. So approaching it from above is more obvious. Below is a little trickier. It's not always like the most obvious standout thing. But if the nest is there, it can help draw more attention to it. Be like, hey, there could be that formation above it. Oh, it's 100% chance it's this formation? Oh, you're saying, wait. You're saying that if you see these platforms and a nest, 100%. The nest isn't 100%. If you see a nest and under the nest there's no coal, it's this. Okay, so yeah, he's saying if you see these and a nest, then it's 100%. But these are a little harder to see, I feel like, in terms of like how the world forms. So just look for the nest, and if you see the nest, then there's a chance there's a thing above it. But yeah. There's a chance, but obviously if there's all this other stuff, then you're already in the formation. Also, Dunk, you should mention the hovering your mouse over the coal when somebody asks this question. That's true. If there is a heart under the coal, what Behu's talking about is like, hold on, let me kill off these damn lumps. Some bad guys over here. Many bad guys. If there's a pile of coal and you put your cursor where you believe the heart should be in the coal, which is always at the bottom of that pile, it will tell you if there's a heart underneath it. With that said, I still don't trust that, like, I don't misplace my cursor slightly or just random shit like that. So I tend to dig away at it anyways. But yeah, you'll notice that I always put my cursor at the bottom of the coal looking to see if it tells me that there's a heart underneath it. Because it will. It'll say, you know, health up. I think we need that. I shouldn't even really be going through here. My health is not in, like, the best place right now. And, you know, the run that we're doing shouldn't really require a ton of stuff. We don't need, like, you know, insane damage to get by on this run. We should be in a pretty good place already. So we just do one glance at this. And then we're moving out of here. Some eggs? Nah. Wait, there was, I think, a wand down here that I probably should look at. Oh, shit. Alright, well, a couple lame wands, but there's lots more resources to get in this area, but I'm moving around a little bit sloppy right now, and let's not risk our you know, people who made predictions that I would win this one. Let's not risk throwing that away for them. Run forward. Make sure there's nothing, no formation here that I didn't recognize or some shit. Broken wand? Oh yeah, I never filled up my... oh shit! Oh, let's not risk that one. Let's not get too crazy now. I should have stabilized though my unstable telly. That was a my bad. Alright, what if we were to run this build? Okay. Mana can't sustain it, that's fine. Lots of spark bolts means that we'll be able to just kind of spam some stuff later for easy damage. In fact, I'll replace one of those there. And that there. Reroll this. I guess we get the butt protector. Always gotta protect your butt. How would you feel about an enemy or one of those passive ghost type stuff that would add X amount of seconds of tripping to you, and eventually if you get a hit enough, you get a fungal shift? I like the concept. I think that Conga may have something like that in Apotheosis. I feel like this is something I've heard of before in a modded Noita. But I do think it's a great idea, because fungal shifts are one of those things that whenever you do a fungal shift and something goes terribly wrong, you're like, you did this to yourself, right? You're like, okay, well, you know, hey, look at my water's polymorphine, this is terrible. But it's also kind of like a little bit silly, because like, well, you did that to yourself. You did the fungal shift. But to think that an enemy could force that upon people, a fungal shift, and have it lead to something insanely bad like that, I think is pretty hilarious. Like, I think it would lead to some really fun organic moments. Conga says there's a new enemies and bosses enemy which does that. I thought of an enemy which adds permanent effects to the world if it hits you before, but it never felt like a satisfying punishment. What's up there, QD? We started in the collapsed mines, which is the left side of the first zone. It was one of our one of the few easy starts that we have remaining. I'm just gonna go ahead and walk out of here. Ooh, this is a little bit overwhelming. No. Dude. Couple enemies. Couple of enemies there. Couple bad guys. What's funny how once you get rid of some of them, you're able to approach each one cautiously. It becomes so much easier. But when they're a group, it's like, oh my god. Ooh, that's a great wand. Got a homing on it. Just did a god run and went to New Game Plus because I was curious what would happen since going to New Game Plus increments the seed by 1 and Noita seeds are 32-bit. Nothing interesting actually happened. Wait, doesn't it? I thought it reset to like 0 or 1. I feel like there was something about this that people discussed before. Been too long. What are the odds of death? 0.0001%. According to my calculations. It's a propane tank I was dancing on there. There is an Uko nearby. Maybe that 0% wasn't 0 point whatever. Maybe it's a little higher than I was thinking. Shot the Uko in the head. Oh! Just can't stop it, dude. Weebs, shut your mouth.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay?
No more.
No more.
Okay, game, I get it. There's enemies that shoot freeze. Stop. Oh! Did I say 0%? What I meant was 50-50. That actually could have gone really badly. We got lucky we did not get frozen melee'd there. Quite lucky. Let's go ahead and leave out of here. Oh wait, chance for a heart. I will check that. Because we have a 2 week of a wand right now, we're not killing enemies fast enough. We're letting them to get up on us. But luckily we have enough damage modifiers and stuff that if we get to the mountain, we can build a wand. That should get rid of that risk. Oh, yay. There we go. If you're curious how I knew that heart could possibly be there, because this is referred to as the smooching gorilla formation. Essentially, it's a nickname the community gave it, just because it looks like the profile of a gorilla, I guess, if you roughly look at it, and making a kissy face. And if you look to the right of it, there's a 30% chance for a heart to spawn. So, that's what I was checking for. Checking the smooching gorilla. Alright, and we're here. Throw these down. I'll hold on to one. You never know. Fun stuff could happen. Put down these triples. This. Actually, hold up. Oh, that. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Move these up. Move that over. Keep the homing. Sure. Alright, now our damage went up quite a bit. Ooh, some good stuff here. And all kinds of great stuff here. If we want to go the damage route, obviously concentrated spells. Obviously. In fact, since today is a random start location, it probably would be the smart one to grab. So this one right here, concentrated spells, the way it works is the more projectiles you cast together, the more damage you do. So on a statue like this, where we're hitting for, you know, 60 damage, 68 damage, whatever the hell. Sometimes it pops and it hits twice for 130. But we take that little bit of damage we're doing, 60, and we grab this concentrated spells. We could grab these are all great perks, by the way. Defensive perk is also a really good move, but just because we're doing kind of a fast run, we'll grab concentrated spells. This makes it so that we really don't have to think very much when it comes to our wand building. All we have to do now is just throw lots of spells together and we'll do big damage. So now we've added concentrated spells. We were doing 68 damage. Now we do 400 damage a shot. At least 400 damage. Sometimes it's hitting twice and doing the 700, but yeah, so 400 damage a shot, all because of concentrated spells. The more spells you put together, the more damage you do, and pretty simple Is there anything else we want there? I don't think there's anything else. We're going to try to repair this broken wand, and let's see if we'll collapse the mountain. We don't care. That. And there should be nothing surviving our strength at this point. Like, we should be insting just about everything as long as we hit it clearly. Like, obviously, if you hit the edge of something, it doesn't kill it. So the hitbox can be a bit funky. He's ignoring me because I saw him eat a grape without paying. What? What's up, Mooncat? I ate a grape? Not a big fan of grapes. I like grape juice. Noita gods, I don't usually ask for much, but please smite this gamer. What? What did I do? By the way, with contrary spells, if you only have one free slot, is it better to put another spell or a damage modifier? It's almost always better to put another spell. So for example, you're saying like this damage plus. By putting this up and putting another projectile, it would be better to have the extra projectile. The thing is though, I do need it to be in the group with everything else. So I need a larger multicast. I need one of these to be a quad so that I can add that extra projectile to the entire group. So for now, I have the modifier until I find a larger multicast to put more spells together. I love dried grapes. So raisins? You like raisins? Raisins? Raisins are okay. I'd rather eat a raisin than a regular grape. I'll give you that. I like to suck on grapes. It feels funny in my mouth. Mods. Bayhu's flirting with me again. Deal with that. Raisins are the grandpas and the grandmas of the grapes. Well, some weirdos like raisin cookies are like their favorite cookie. Those people need to be shunned and removed from society. Oatmeal raisin is the only good cookie. What? Fake Stone, you're part of the problem. Mods, delete that guy. First off, the only good cookie is an extra insane statement because there's a lot of amazing cookies out there. I think the reason you think it's the only good cookie is because it's the only cookie they're giving to you in the retirement home that you're currently living in right now, because that's the only reasonable, like that's the only thing I can think of, the only scenario that makes any sense that you're just eating oatmeal cookies and thinking it's the best cookie. Dunk knows from experience. No, I do not, but oatmeal raisin cookies are definitely an old person cookie. I'm not saying that you can't be young and enjoy them, but it is definitely an old person cookie. Oatmeal cookies are awesome. I agree with that, Goku. I agree with that, but oatmeal raisin, it's like you take this OP cookie, this delicious cookie, and then you nerf it with the raisins. Oatmeal chocolate chip, now we're talking. I feel like the only reason anybody that's not over 80 years old picks up an oatmeal raisin cookie is because they mistake it for an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. Like, ooh, oatmeal chocolate chip, and then you pick it up, you take a bite, like, ooh, oatmeal raisin. Blah. As you can see, though, our concentrated spells are pumping damage. Wait, who got that wand? Drop the wand. I said drop the wand. Read Yolk, he just straight up says it out loud. What's that? I'm on my way to work, but I just want to hop in and tell you a hate comment. Holy shit, are you an embarrassment? The scheduling problem, along with your inability to ever read or compute information, is insane. See you on the event. I was never told anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I was never told. I was just told, hey, thing at 11, whatever. That's crazy, man. You can't read? I reread it because I thought I did miss the message because he said, oh, I told you it's going to be 6 hours. And then he sent a screenshot of it saying 6 hours. And I was like, fuck, how did I miss that? Then I pulled up our logs and it's like, wait, no, he didn't say it's going to be 6 hours. He had posted in some other Discord that I was not in that it was 6 hours and then posted it as proof that he said it was going to be 6 hours. So that's why I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I wasn't in that Discord. How would him posting it 6 hours in a Discord I'm not in explain to me that it's 6 hours? Actually gaslighting you? I know, for real. Gaslight girl boss. Have you tried being in the other Discord? I am in it now. I joined it just recently. Like whenever QZ was complaining that I wasn't doing the interview thing, I joined it. But that was like way after that post that he made. So I want to put this up. I don't want to die to this. About to be moving out of this anyways. You're supposed to read the instructions no matter where they're posted. What? The hell is this shit? Not being omnipresent is a skill issue. Maybe true, maybe true. Didn't they also say important info about the event above, which you proceeded to not read? No, I told you I wasn't in the Discord until after everything, like... I'm in it now. But, like, everything was already happened. There was already a recording, like, the trailer. Basically, I had to get in the Discord because he was going to link the trailer there and all that, so I was just like, sure. He knew I wasn't in it. Chat's ability to make assumptions is unmatched. Dunk reads messages the same way he reads chat and codes, a few lines at a time, with way too long between lines, occasionally completely forgetting what he just read or skipping over important context. Okay, there's some truth there, which is why I went back and read the messages between them, you know, because I was like, oh, I can't believe I missed it. I was like, I fucking must have skimmed past it. Then I read it and I was like, it's not there. I go with the shield. Do you have your league started for PoE ready? League starter? I don't actually play Path of Exile. I know a lot of our community members do, so I'm always like, you know, asking the PoE guys, how was the new season? Because I know there's been some seasons that people were a bit unhappy with in the past and all that. But no, I'm just a spectator. I hope you guys are excited though for it. Isn't it starting in... It's starting pretty soon, right? 8 hours in 13 minutes, is that correct? Oh, 10 hours from now. Okay, maybe this timer's wrong. It's just some random fucking website. Seems like the league mechanic is some good juice. So you think this one's going to be a real popular season or league? Well, I'm excited for you guys, for you PoE players. I know, you know, when Dota 2 gets a good patch, I'm always like, I mean, just whenever you're like really passionate about a game, so like you got a lot of you guys are with Path of Exile, like I am with Dota 2, just reading the patch notes alone can be like really fun. You're like, oh my god, this sounds awesome. Like if Noita was to just, let's say the devs didn't add anything yet, but they're like, hey, in a month or two, we're going to add something, but here's the patch notes for what it's going to be in a month or two. I would be so excited just to read those patch notes. I'd be like, fuck yeah. Oh, if I could stare at those patch notes. I questioned why MOBA players love patch notes, but playing Deadlock, I understand it now, and it's fun to read. I'm glad you're finally coming to the dark side. Even if it is with Deadlock, which I haven't, you know, given a chance yet. Haven't given it much of a slurp. What the fuck am I going to build here? The thing is, to show you just how things get like, you have to reevaluate how you look at wands when you have concentrated spells. This wand here has way superior stats to this wand here, right? It's like not even close. The thing is, though, we would be losing 3 capacity to switch to this wand. And that's a pretty big drop off. But the stats are so much better. We could test this out. This is what the statue's for, where you're just like, all right, so if I spray shots as fast as I can there, we can climb up to 1,200 pretty reasonably. Then let's say we do the exact same thing here. I wish we had a quad, but we don't. So I guess we'll just have to do it like this. And then we spam that. So it does run out of mana compared to the other one. Does go really slow, but I felt like it was... it would run out of mana too, I think, if it held it down long enough. So the faster speed trade-off, we do have to watch the mana regen. Or do we want to do higher single hits? I think I'll go with the spammy one. I think so. Oh wait, I have a larger multicast. I didn't... Oh, we can't wrap if we have that one. Fuck. Place add damage to Pinta in the first one. So you are thinking you think it would be worth it to do the wrapping, putting the Luminous Trail. I mean, it would. It's not the worst. It's just it does slow down the wand a ton, but our damage would go up pretty good too. Like the single hits hit harder. Okay, the statue, is it dead? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it just doesn't quite have the pump that the other one does, even though the single hits hit harder. No, the Pinta on the bigger wand. That is true. If we run the Pinta on the bigger wand, I mean, the damage would be nice. It's we're probably fine anyways. Do I need to... I never healed, did I? The reality is we're probably going to walk out into the jungle and find a better wand in like 2 seconds, and then all this staring at these wands was for nothing anyways, so might as well not overthink it. Look out here, see if there's anything of interest. Oops, I'm on fire, not even paying attention. Some earthquakes. Ooh, deadly heal. And 11 capacity. Yep, that's probably our future. I meant Pinta on the bigger one, but I can also one frame the little one with the Pinta, as it'll be faster. No, the thing is we don't want to one frame because as you can see, our mana sustaining is already a problem. Like if you look at this, if we had an add mana, I would agree. It'd be like, ooh, because yeah, you would be lower damage, but you could spray it crazy fast.
DunkOrSlam, which Twitch chatter would you most want your future child to end up like?
What the fuck? Can I just choose not Woat? Is that fair? Warming up that throwing arm? Why would you say that, Latali? $11 capacity, great stats. That's our future. I mean, it definitely could have been a better one, but I can't complain with that one. That is definitely good enough. There's another heart here. Alright, well, there's no reason. We could collect more resources if we were in need of them, but I don't feel like we are needing any more resources. Already look great. Could add Boomerang for even more damage, but let's not get crazy. Okay, 5 casts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a double, so now it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it is correct. May swap in. So if we do all spark bolts, it's not going to be the fastest thing ever. It does pump though. Like 800 damage a shot or so, somewhere around there. And then what we'll do is we'll swap out that digging blast. I'm happy with that one. Digging blast is the reason for it is that the digging blast has a minus recharge, so it'll actually speed up the wand a little bit. And it's considered a projectile, so it does end up adding damage to everything else because of concentrated spells. The downfall is the digging blast itself doesn't actually do damage. It's not able to deliver damage to enemies. Unless you have like a digging, unless you have a explosion component on it, or I mean like a explosive projectile, something like that. But the regular damage plus on a digging blast doesn't do anything. So that will have to do. We'll hold these deadly heals here in case we need to give it to an enemy. Roll that. The Digging Blast damage, it can to like 10. No, I think it was Latali that told me. He actually looked into the spell itself. And, you know, like a spell is made up of components. Like there's a damage component that allows it to deliver damage to enemies. And then from there, so when you look at the stats, for example, this one says damage drill 3. It uses the damage component to hand that drill damage to an enemy. Well, it doesn't have a damage component at all. Like, it doesn't have the projectile damage component to it. So even if you were to add a damage plus to the Digging Blast, it is missing that component that delivers the projectile damage to them or whatever. But if you add apparently an explosive element, like explosive projectile, that explosion is able to still work and deliver damage to enemies. I guess because of the components that it has on it. Something like that. Yeah, Latali says it can kill physics enemies by digging them. It has it, but it checks that the target entity has a drillable tag. It is missing. Okay, there you go. Okay, well, apparently it's the component that's fine. It's the tag that's missing. My bad. But point is, it's just not able to give the damage out, which, because the problem is whenever I used to work with it, I would always add more damage to it, and then Latali was explaining, like, no, it doesn't matter how much you add. It's not a lack of damage. It's the fact that the code, because of the way it's programmed, it doesn't allow it to give it. So unless you're using blowing up stuff, then yeah, don't mess with it. But in this case, we did it for the purpose of recharge reduction, and it gives us a little bit of range digging, which is cool. But it is useful sometimes to have a spell that can't hurt stuff. Yeah, it does have its moments. It does make sense. It can shine. I mean, I like it, that the fact that it has a decent digging element to it, so that if you ever need to shoot, like the ability to dig at stuff, like if you ever want to, like in the jungle mainly, whenever you're shooting at like the grass or whatever, then it digs pretty well from afar. I like that. That does not apply to the regular digging bolt. The regular digging bolt is perfect. Like you're talking about. So we're talking about the digging blast. The digging bolt, you can add damage modifiers, all that. It does do a great. It transfers the damage properly, exactly what you would expect. What makes it kind of frustrating is that if you were to attach damage to the digging blast and you go to hit the statue, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't give you any feedback. And that's just the nature of how the digging spells tend to work. So whenever you're shooting at the statue and you're seeing 0 damage, you're like, oh, that's normal though. The statues usually don't show damage for a digging spell on it. So it's okay. But it's not okay. Like the digging bolt, you will shoot it into the statue and the statue will say 0. It doesn't say 0, it just does nothing. It says you did nothing to it. But you actually are doing damage to enemies, so it does work. Digging Blast does no damage to the statue and no damage to enemies, and this leads to like confusion, and it makes it really hard to like test stuff because you're like, oh, the statue isn't giving me feedback. It's frustrating. I think like the digging bolt, you can get the feedback of the damage if you like cram it inside the statue. You like shove it inside the statue in its stomach, and then it will sometimes reflect the damage. But whenever you hit it just on the normal outside, it doesn't work. Ooh, how you want it to. Let's say I ended up in a really tight spot of like, for some reason my HP, I just wanted to restore it or whatever. I could always try to hand my wand that has deadly heals to an enemy like an Uko. It would be scary. It is a bit scary because you got to watch out for the Uko itself, like, you know, beating your ass. But, okay, he's not wanting to grab the wand. There he goes. See if he, oh, hit me. Hit me! Hit me! My shield's blocking, there it goes. So once you hand them the deadly heal, since enemies are, well, just that, they're your enemy, you don't have to get creative with the deadly heal, because normally you have to find a way to make it hurt the player, then when you find a way to hurt the player, it hurts you, but then afterwards it heals you, and this is really good. But sometimes it's a little complicated, and it can be hard to wrap your mind around which spells you need to work with to get the damage correct. And if it feels like you're overcomplicating things, sometimes you just put the spells in a wand, throw it at an enemy that has hands that can pick it up, and then when they shoot you with it, it will hurt you for a moment, but then it heals you. Because they have the natural ability to make the deadly heal interact with the player how you would want it to. Ooh, speaking of interaction, there is a piercing right there. There's 2 piercings, even though I can't afford them both. There's an add mana. A little bit of everything. Remove the telly flask from the inventory. You don't trust that I won't accidentally telly in the last mountain into like lava? No faith? Prickly spore pod with contrary spells. What could go wrong? Ooh, let's not. Luckily the spores themselves don't actually get the concentrated spell effect. It's not really that dangerous. Still. Don't give a chance to Noita. I'll still hold on to it till I, you know, before I get to that last mountain, then I'll drop it there. If you were to grab both this piercing and this piercing, those 2 piercings together next to a deadly heal make the deadly heal not able to damage the player. I mean, it still tries to hurt you, but it does 0 damage. So it delivers damage, but just 0 amount. So then it will do 0 damage to the player, and then it heals you. It's one of the best ways to use the deadly heal is 2 piercings. But this isn't a long run, so we're not going to go through all that trouble. In fact, we're even going to reroll this and grab an extra life so we can goof around. I mean, as you can see, we're just getting carried really hard right now by concentrated spells. What'd you get for Brit? I got him a Speedo. So that he can head to the beach. Don't worry, I'll have him take a picture in it for you guys. A pardon? You don't know a Speedo? You think I should have went with a mankini? A man bikini?
Brother,
I'm gonna tell him what you said, Chad. I'm gonna say I told him I got you a Speedo, and they were disgusted. Chatter started to throw up. See how he feels about that. But no, I can't say what I got him because he could be watching the stream. He'll know his birthday present. Tell Britt the meth is stashed in the trunk of the 1989 Cadillac on the 2nd Street. He'll know what it means. Okay. Very top secret message I see. Coded. Ooh. Oh. Kind of got hit by some of that damage. Some black holes. This guy here is a reflector guy, so if you ever want to damage him, you have to like shoot and move. You do not want to shoot and stand still, because it will reflect back into your face, and you're gonna die. Why do you not escape the Holy Mountain, even if you can? Why do you not escape the mountain? We're just doing kind of like a shorter run right now. I almost always do. Like if you stop by on most days, I'm pretty much like obsessively keeping the mountain intact and not collapsing it. But this is kind of like a gimmicky run. You know, nothing that I mean, I still am playing like regular Noita, but I'm not strategizing as I would normally. Put it that way. Always cast reduce. Tentacles and some nonsense. A whole bunch of nothing. Glass cannon?
Do it.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Just to be clear, I do have to wait until the boss puts his shield down before I can hurt him, but there you go. There you go. Nice. as, of course, the arena fills up with lava. As is tradition whenever you fight with low HP. He was a one-orb boss, alright. Here we go, chat. Take that, haters. Yes! Finally! Another random start victory, and it only took like 4 deaths. Win number 2,680.
I won!
Now, that means collapse mines disabled, apply, and we are a little bit closer to getting a win from every single biome in all of Noita. All the ones in red, we have already gotten a win there. Going pretty good, going pretty smooth. How many easy ones are left? Not many. These two temples are good. I mean, I consider the vault one of the easier starts, but I did die at the vault earlier. Maybe a couple times, but so let's say 3.
Good thing I didn't bet.
3.5 easy starts. Is it even possible to win from the gold/water? I assume you have to start with chaotic poly, but even that seems a bit impossible. Yeah. The thing is about the gold one specifically is you got to remember that there are 2 spots that are labeled gold. There's this one up here and this one down here. So since they are part of the same biome, we would have to end up in this gold biome, not the one down there, and get chaotic poly, and then we can chaotic poly to freedom, and then boom, easy win. Water, on the other hand, pretty scary. We have to get chaotic poly, and then we have to poly our way to freedom. Obviously, there's many options, but I don't like any of them. In honor of Brit's birthday, can you show the chat the origin of Bahi?
Why not? Because why not?
Bahi. There you go. I know, you're like, that's it? That's the whole, that is literally the whole clip. It is the dumbest meme in the channel. I don't know why, for some reason, he makes one noise with his mouth, and you guys clipped it, and you've played it every day for years ever since, but sure. Since Deep Lake does not spawn you in the water, is water and gold even possible? As long as there's not another eligible open spot, yes. So meaning it won't spawn me in those spots until I have it refined down to only those spots left.
Well, why not? Because why not?
He's just that iconic. Just one fucking noise that he makes, and you guys were like, that's the one. All right, we opening another bet. We're running another round. Let's go. We're doing it again. This one's only 2 attempts. If you're curious, why the hell are we doing 2 attempts? Is because whenever we lose the 2 attempt bet, we go to a 3 attempt bet, and then a 4 attempt bet, and then once I win, it resets back to 2 attempts. So since we just got a win, as you can see right here, it's reset back to 2 attempts. All right, it's done. I stalled as much as I could. You guys are just using this time to talk shit. 2 attempts. Here we go. Attempt number 1. RN Jesus, I know you got my back. All right, Lukey Lair start is kind of spicy. I got to be focused. We got the spiders. Hopefully they'll dig a hold of freedom for me. Oh man, this could have been something good. It could have been something useful. All right, so this spider, we wanted to use the gap that he dug, and we'll escape through there. We got to get this burning as quickly as we can, because this spider is going to be very annoying. No, go away. Go away. Oh, shit. He got me pretty good there. He got me pretty good. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, shit. Wait, wait, wait. We actually could fit. That's not the right way. We want to head to the right because the right is most likely the path to freedom. It's kind of a badass wand, but we can't really use it immediately. That part sucks. I don't want to be dropping down like I am right now. That does not make me happy. Are you kidding me right now? I don't want to waste my good wand on this. I can't open this shit. I don't want to waste a missile on it. I need it for digging. If I do that, does that help at all? Okay, I freed that guy. I should not have done that. Mistakes were made. Yeah, I should have drank Berserkium every time I was shooting my missiles. I just realized that. Ah, fuck. Okay, we're that far down. Noted, noted. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Fuck. I hated it when that little dude came in there. I was like, ah, he's so quick. Why did we wait? Because there was a lot of fires burning, and if you kind of chill around, the fire as it spreads, like you could hear it up above us, the more it spreads, the more little gaps there will be whenever you need to scramble. So I was kind of just like, yeah, I'll let, because I didn't know if I was going to have to scramble back up this area. Let me see where I died. I want to get a general idea of where I was. Ooh, we were right in the center of that wall, meaning like both up and down would have been pretty rough routes. Damn it, unlucky. Oh well. Attempt number 1, not exactly the best, but oh well. All right, attempt number 2, here we go. Give me something good. Double Lukey lair spawn, and I spawned with a spider in the thing.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Well, Latali's logic was always go down, so maybe we head down after this? Let's see what's over here. Okay, yeah. We head down.
Maybe actually go down this time.
Alright. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, no, fuck off, spider. Ooh, a heart? Actually kind of a bad heart grab. What is in my flask? Oh, we got swamp. Definitely not my favorite grab. Ooh. It is. Okay, I know we're not going down right now, but you never know. There could be. Holy shit, no! Fuck off! Are the areas always escapable? I don't think so. I think like there's some technically like dead routes.
Fuck, man. We can't have shit.
We got scammed.
Bro, go down, not hang out waiting to die.
What do you mean? I wasn't hanging out waiting to die. I had, whenever you dig, like right here, I have to wait for it to burn. I'm not going to waste every missile I have just digging through like one wall. I had to check that one. And we already saw that this route here was a dead end, so I would have had to dig there as well. Why are you digging to the left and greeting? I mean, I don't think it's that greedy to dig to the left there. I mean, it's a little bit greedy. But like, this wand could be huge. It could be like a game changer. What if it's like 7 black holes? You ever think about that? It's entirely greedy. I mean, let me look where I was even at. Let me look. Before you guys over here making stuff up, let's see where I was even at. Oh yeah, like look at this. We are so deep down in there that we needed that to be like black holes or something. There's no way we're getting from here out here with like 10 missiles. No way. Well, we're back to 3 attempts. Random start location, 3 attempts. All right. Ruffle says his first bet ever, and he bet yes, I can't lose. We have Ruffles on our side. Ugh. And also some snot apparently too on our side. Hold up. He's mentioning the snot, so once he loses, he can blame it. No, I've been mentioning the snot daily for like 3 weeks now. All right, it's basically just trying to explain why I sound kind of odd. If you feel like, hey, has his mic changed in the last couple weeks? No, that's just how I sound now because I'm mucusy as hell. All right, they're officially closed. Enough mucus snot discussion. Let's go. New game. 3 attempts. 3 attempts. It tried to spawn me in Snowy Wasteland. Couldn't spawn me there. Said, hey, you know what's as good as Snowy Wasteland? Fucking hell. As a hellworm rips my face off. Oh, well, I do have chaotic poly though. Are we about to do, oh shit. I ran out of levitation. That could have gone badly. Are we about to do the impossible? Or the improbable, I should say. So we're going to choose a spot that has a little bit of a cup so that we don't waste too much of our chaotic poly. And so it begins. All right. Okay, I'm already stuck. Please don't suffocate and die or some shit. I mean, I wonder if I could telly out. Is that a move? I don't think it's a move. Yeah, we just telly into lava, right? The thing is, the telly mage, I think, has like its own set of rules for how its tellying works. So I'm not sure if there's some kind of scenario. I think best case you telly into lava. Hey guys, it's me, the Hammus. The team mascot. How do I get this guy to wise? Come on now. This is the run. I'll do my best. Yeah, we're in the hell, yeah, dark chest area. Oh, shit. We turned into a fish. If we had been over this area when we polyed and you're a fish, you just free fall, and when you hit the ground, you die to fall damage. It's the fish are the only creatures in the game that have fall damage. What's the poly strat here? It's I feel like calling it a strat maybe is a little bit generous. It's more of a prayer. We have spawned in a part of the map that is really, really, really fucked up. Like, so fucked up that I don't think there's any way to possibly win besides getting some insane spawns. I mean, insane polymorphines. We are right here. This is where we're at right now. And we need to escape. How are we going to escape? I'm going to turn into a worm and hope for the best. We're just going to say, it's worming time, and we're just going to send it. That's the plan. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the worms that I can turn into are going to just die when they hit the lava, so... Just chatting stream. This is so we can bond. Yes, we can now bond while we're waiting to get the perfect polymorphine moment. Don't you need the Sampo? We're not trying to go to the win room. We're just trying to get the hell... We're just trying to get out of hell. Get the hell out of hell. Is the chest useful in any way? In this scenario that we're in right now? No, I don't think there's anything we can do with it, really. In general, yeah. I mean, it unlocks the spells to, like, black holes and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of neat. But we are not set up to do that. Oh, fuck, it's going to end up... Yep. Character got stuck, so it dug away at part of the ground. We have to find a new cup. Damn it, all of them are bad positions. Shouldn't have fucked up the spot that I was in. Oh, there we go. Still not great. Top left. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. That's a cup. I think that could work. That is 2. The issue is if I turn into a worm, I'm going to have to be fast as hell to get over to where I need to be. Aw, shit. No, it doesn't. quite let me reach. Let me just... Okay, I'm a plant. Am I suffocating? Oh no.
I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Oh no.
Well, gentlemen, it seems we have a dumbass among us, but we can't just watch him die, can we?
Oh no.
I clipped into the wall as a scorpion and suffocated and died. Okay, well that was one attempt. We have 3 total. Your behees mean nothing to me. Alright. Oh, fuck, that strategy the dude talked about. We needed chaotic poly to pull that off. Alright, let's think for a moment. How can we make this work? There is a telemage. Where the hell's the... Oh, shit. My controls are like reversed for a moment there. Well, Uko, no. Be cool. Be cool, man. I was like, you know what? You know what? It would make it much more challenging if I couldn't see while we were doing this. It's much more interesting that way. Okay, well. There was a heart mage that joined us down there, in case you're curious. There was a blinding mage, an Uko, and then the heart mage was like, how's it going, boys? Alright. We still got one more. We still got one more in us. Feel that one.
Have you tried not throwing?
A little busy right now.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
My controls are reversed! I think I have more health as a sheep than I did as the character, you know? Dude! I could wait here for a telemage, but... Just give up? No. I'm trying to think how I can get out of this. I have pheromone. Any of them telemages out here?
Go walk my flowers and water my dog.
Did you forget about the throne room strat? You have to have chaotic poly for that strat. I have pheromone. The boss was there? Okay, well, I literally walked into the cursed orb. Fucking, I almost fell into lava right there. Beyond says, I forgot about the throne room strat. Yeah, we gotta be able to turn into the coward, and then from there, that's where the whole strat works. But we need to be able to turn into that coward dude. Is this the last attempt? Do we have another one? That's 3 attempts. Hold up. Where was our 3 spawns?
Nope.
Oh, the hell, and then 2 throne rooms. That's true. It's over so quick. It's not fair. Me too, Dunk. That's what she said? All right. Come on, like... This is going to be our last random starts bet of the day, okay? It's going to be Noita, random start location run, 4 attempts. You definitely won't win this one. All right, Senpai, sit back and take notes. You made me change my mind. He typed no, but then he typed yes. Yes, Johnny. Welcome back to the Believer's Life. I'm proud of you. As the bets are closed, some of you guys are getting left in the cold. I'm sorry. That's how it works. You just got to, you were too slow. Too slow. Skill issue. The lab, but then it placed us in hell. That sounds very reasonable and fair. We did not get a chaotic poly start. This is not hell. Oh, this is, wait, hold on. Yo, hold. This is gonna be greedy as fuck. Okay, my thinking is, instead of just leaving immediately, what if I get the tower wand and just pop off? You feel me? Wait, what did it say the starting location was? It says the lab, right? But it actually gave us the tower spawn, right? It said lab, but it gave us a tower spawn, so it must have meant the lab, it couldn't spawn us there. So this would remove the tower. That would be huge. No, he can't. Oh shit, he can fit in there.
Nope.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god.
Best case scenario. Think about this. Best case is that you die.
I don't want to waste any digging on this. I need to save it for that side. Oh shit! I had to do it. It was too much of a risk. It was, yeah, that was. We cannot lose this tower start. Removing the tower would be a huge get for the biome, list. That would be awesome. Coward, pussy. All right, hold on. I don't think you grasp just how nice of a spawn that was. And we don't even need the tower wand. It's not like it's that big of a deal. It just would have been nice to have, but it's not necessary. Let me show you, in case some of you I think are noobs. Let me explain for any of the noobs out there. So this is the tower, this area that's encased by the cursed rock. And if I hit the biome boundaries, you see where it says tower. So when I go to spawn in the tower,
person who speaks to me as though I needed his advice.
We can spawn in any of these. And we happen to spawn right here at the edge of the tower, walked 2 feet over into this spot here, into the portal. I mean, that's a blessed spawn right there. That's like, because I have spawned in the tower probably like 5 times in our random starts, and all of them have been like down here. Very unlucky spawns. But then we get a blessed one. We can't throw it away. I thought I spawned in hell because this is the hell biome, but it's I didn't pay attention that it's actually the hell biome in the tower, which was awesome. I thought it was super unlucky, but it turned out it was super lucky. Now I will only remember the tower win being a no stakes cowardly run. The important thing is that you remember it was a win. That's all that matters. For the believers, this is for you, believers. You could have killed the Hisu with the fireball. Yeah, but I started to think maybe I needed to save them. I got afraid because I was like, how much of this digging am I gonna need for the actual, like, you know, getting through that wall? I had to play it smart for the believers. Couldn't let them down. Did you say all I hear is queefing sounds? What the fuck are you talking about? You talking about me struggling to breathe? I'm glad to know that me gasping for air is you're like, oh, it sounds like a fucking queefing sound. Yeah, I'm trying to stay alive. Should have grabbed the nuke wand, coward. Yes, that's what I was digging in there for, the nuke wand. Read virtual butt to get context. That's exactly what you had said. Sounds like pussy talk, shaking my head. All I hear are queefing. Okay, this is okay. Thank you for clarifying. You weren't talking about me struggling to breathe. You were talking about me staying alive in Noita and calling me a pussy. Thanks for the clarification. They have been making a lot of noises. I wasn't sure if I thought that was what you were talking about, because every once in a while I know I'm going like, I don't know, just making weird sounds. Ooh, gold. Watch Dunk die to something silly and completely preventable. You gotta remember, this is my first attempt, right? Or wait. I think this was attempt number 1. First attempt, yes. Yeah, so 1 attempt in, already a great start. If some freak accident occurs, we still have 3 more attempts. We're in a great spot. I'll even grab the tablet. Did you yap for 4 hours? We're doing random start locations. We've been having to deal with the cursed random starts. But we just got a blessed start to the tower, so I am making sure to sweat my ass off for this win. How much for you to throw on purpose? You cannot be bought. Impossible. I have what's called integrity. And now I know you're shocked. You've never met a streamer before with integrity. One of a kind. I'm a rare spawn. Okay, chill. He's wasting all my fucking TNT.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in
$5,
sweat.
take it or leave it. Deal! No, I have a little thing called integrity. $5, fuck that integrity, let's go! So, we got some interesting stuff here. Get everything set up. It's always important to glance through these, even if you already have great flasks. Because you got to remember, whenever you have a ton of flasks spawning in one group like that, it can spawn a Healthium potion. They can spawn in here. In fact, I have found them on a couple occasions. So even whenever you feel like you already have all the flash you need, still glance just to make sure you didn't get one of those rare flash spawns in there. Alright, so the reason I grabbed the slime is because slime, we take our unstable telly, pour it out a bit, scoop up some slime. 1% unstable telly. And there you go, 100% teleportadium. Now we don't need the slime. What's the hardest challenge you've completed in Noita? The hardest challenge. Let me think for a bit on that one. Kind of tempted to grab that acid potion as a way to dig out of the mountain. The 100% run was very time consuming. That was my longest event stream. The stream lasted over 50 hours and I was dying, but we got it done. It was a long stream. I did nap on the floor while chat stared at me very creepily, because part of the rules for my challenge is that I couldn't end stream until I've completed the challenge. So when I was so exhausted I could barely think, chat said, "We'll watch you while you sleep on stream." And I was like, mods ban everybody. But then I did sleep on the ground and they stared at me. Then when I woke up, we continued our journey. That one was very grindy. Yeah, that one was pretty much up there. I also went for a world record in one of my streams where I went live and I wasn't gonna go offline until I got a world record in Noita. And you know, I've attempted one time like off stream to get a world record and it took me just like 15 minutes. And then on stream, whenever I was like, hey, I'm going to get that world record and not stop until I get it, that one was a bad idea because it's a slippery slope. The moment you start to fail, I mean, at a certain point, you're not improving, right? Because as you're getting more tired, you're just playing worse. You're getting further from a world record. So that one was pretty rough. I felt like I was going to be like streaming forever. I was like, I'm stuck in an endless cycle where I will have to stream for the rest of my life. But then the run finally fell together and I got that record and I was like, thank God. And then off stream, like I said, one of the days I was like, hey, let's see now if I attempted it without being live. What's it like? And then boom, 15 minutes later, world record. I was like, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You didn't even realize you got a world record the first time? That's how fried my brain was. My brain was so scrambled and cooked that when I got the world record, I was staring at the world record time. Then I was looking at my time, and I was like, is my time faster? I could not tell which I couldn't process. I was like, wait, the number is lower. This is good. I did, but then chat was like, you got the world record. I was like, I did? Yes! Yes! Didn't risk anything. Damn it. It was not the Texas education. Okay, maybe the Texas education is partially to blame, but it was because I was just so... I don't know how to explain it, man. You have to be in the situation and you would understand. What about the No Holy Mountain run? Isn't that one of the hardest? That one was a pretty difficult one. The No Holy Mountain Sun Quest was definitely up there. But I don't think it would qualify as the hardest. It would just be like, it was a difficult challenge, but not number one. That's so the win streak event that we did, like Latali's talking about, that one, it's weird. It wasn't necessarily the most challenging thing. It was really exhausting. Like at some point I became very, very tired. So yes, all I had to do was get wins in Noita. I needed to get 37 wins in Noita in one stream. And I did it in one stream in one sitting. And by the end of it though, I definitely was losing my Noita abilities were definitely dropping off. But luckily I remember people like Latali were in the chat, and as I was making moves, they were like critiquing. Like as I'd move over to here, they'd be like, wait, don't you realize you already have, you know, like black holes, you already have this. Why risk going over there? We need to just dig to the boss. And I'm just like, Yeah, they're right. They're right. So, because I was just, my ability to basically calculate risk was like going down so much. I was taking unnecessary risks, which could have killed my at the time, which I guess was like a 35 or 36 streak, which would have required me to go all the way back down to 0 again, and that would have been bad.
Why is Richie take the fight? I'm done.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
It's party time.
Yo! I gotta mute. I forgot to mute, Vex. I forgot. Yo! There it is.
Yay. Congrats. I enjoyed staying up 30 hours and watching every run. Thanks.
Thank you for the love, dude. I appreciate that. Holy crap. Chat!
There it
We
is.
did it!
Knew you would get it.
We did it! Say how you then lose that streak. I already showed the clip today. We were talking about it earlier today. Yes, there's a clip of me losing the 37 streak, but that was the next day. That was the next Noita stream. Was it not part of the event? The event was over. I completed my goal. So we're gonna try to kill no bosses until I... Well, that was nice! Aren't you taking unnecessary risks now? Not so much. The risk reward right now, I'd say, is worth it. Like, if we had 36 other wins on the line, then yeah, maybe it is a bit much. But in our case, I'd be like, nah. We're going for the tower victory, which was a great spawn. But with 50 HP, like, we're getting near the sweet spot where we should move on, but not, like... It's like a middle ground. Like, it's... You could look a little bit more, could find a heart. I wouldn't say it's clear cut on what is the better choice. Now, if I notice an enemy with a wand, then yeah, I'll probably be like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just gonna go forward. But currently, no enemies with wands or anything. No missing wands. It's all looking reasonable. That a clip is immense. Well, that was nice. That happened literally. It wasn't like, you know, several runs later. I got 37 wins in a row. Me and the chat were like, woo, it's over. We survived. I slept for a couple days. And then next time I loaded Noita up, it was like, all right. People were like, can we continue the win streak? I was like, sure. You know, let's just keep going and see how far we can take this win streak. And then that happened, you know, immediately. I was like, well, okay. Like, I guess the win streak's over. This is my #1 favorite dunk clip of all time. Your favorite dunk clip of all time 6 months ago? Jack, what is it, Chase? Check this. That is so important that I must stop everything I'm doing, damn it. Dunk, wake up. New swelling just dropped on W Place. Really? Hey, that was worthy. Ed, Dunk approves. Wait a second. Oh.
Smash. 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 Smash.
Chat, keep your pants on.
Smash.
No, not Smash. Whatever happened to W Place? Do people still do stuff on that? I feel like CK posted something about it not too long ago. Alright, now I'd say it's probably about time we move on. Sub-communities do? Okay, so it's still pretty active. Still exists, just lost popularity, I guess. I wonder if there's many people in the Noita community that still use it. Because there was a whole Noita, like, section, you know, that we used to check in, like, once a week to see what was going on. What challenge is it today? We're trying to get a win from every biome in all of Noita. And, this run started, actually, right, here. This is where the run began. And chat's angry because this is meant to be a super cursed spawn to spawn in the tower. But because I got lucky with the positioning, I immediately just ran to the portal right here, which then portaled me to the top of the mountain, which then went to the first zone. And now it's kind of like just a basic start. So if I win this, I will technically have won a tower spawn run, which is very difficult. And chat's seething right now. They're pissed.
GeoPixels is the new hot stuff. NSFWW place.
Oh God. Not safe for work, WPlace? WPlace already was becoming very not safe for work, so it's like saying not safe for work, not safe for work. It's double not safe. Me and a friend spent 4 months drawing a giant Bowsette drawing, only for the mods to delete 50% of it for no reason. And when I filed the complaints, they never responded. We lost about a month or two of work and decided to abandon it. Now, see, the thing is, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? I like to be like, clearly not lying. But the first part of your sentence has me kind of questioning your motives. 4 months drawing a giant Bowsette. It's already a little suspicious. It was not safe for work. I'm a little suspicious. I don't know about this. I guess I'll just go with Tinker. Go with the usual. Can't go wrong with Tinker. Go with another black hole, I think. This one's pretty great. What the hell, man? Dude, this is such a weird one, too. Okay. We'll take it. We will take it. Grab these. We don't need all of this stuff. I don't think. And grab that. Place that there. Just buying everything. Grab that. Place it there. Why not? Yeah, that's fine. So let me clarify if this counts as the lab or a tower run. It's a tower run. Basically, why that occurs is the lab. In case you're curious, the lab, if you hit biome boundaries, is this area here. But if you actually look at the area that's highlighted, most of it is like a solid area. So what happens is it'll say, oh, try to spawn the player in the lab, and it tries to spawn you. It chooses a random spot. It's like, oh, we'll spawn them here. Well, it can't. It's like that's a solid wall. So it's like, all right, let me try to find another spot. We'll spawn them here. After it does it a couple times, Evaisa said it like if it can't find a spot after a couple chances or a couple jumps, it says fuck it. It can't find anywhere. So then it jumps and chooses another random biome. So even though the message popped up and said the lab, it spawned us actually at the very top of the tower, which was here. This is what they were drawing. You can judge for yourself. Who's going with the risky click? Let me know if randomly greener can be trusted. I clicked it. It's degenerate. Juan's like, do not wait. It's not awful. You can trust me 85%. It's not too bad. Okay. Okay. What do you guys think, chat? Is that is that it's a little questionable. A little questionable. Gulp? What do you mean gulp?
Smash.
Ban this stream? What did I do? Don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm innocent. Some sweatlings you generated have been worse. Well, don't say I generated them. It was an AI that created them. Sinners, what is wrong with you? I just look over the chat and Sinners just says mommy. What the fuck? Chat, the weekend hasn't started yet. Actually, wait. I guess our Australians have already started the partying, haven't they? Still, I have a feeling you were sober when you said that. Ooh, spark bolts. That is a very nice upgrade for us. Actually, we don't even need the light there. All we gotta do... Duh. I worked overtime this week, so already relaxing. So after working overtime, what is your game to relax with, Seth? What is your go-to for the weekend?
People in Australia can see the future, and they told me Dunk is still bald.
You could ask you're asking a person anything. You know, you could ask them the winning lottery numbers, but you chose to ask them about my hairline. I'm on a permanent weekend now. Sounds much better than they sacked me out of the blue this week, and I'm fucked. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Hope it's not stressing you out too much. Money problems are the fucking worst. Why can't we all just win the lottery, Why can't we all just be millionaires? Don't try to explain inflation to me. How fucking dare you? No. We can all be millionaires. We can all have our own yacht. And we can hang out with Gabe in Land Dota 2 on our yachts. See, that sounds like a good plan. Who's in? Who's on board with me? Do mobs on fire seek water or any liquid or randomly running? I've always assumed that they're looking for water. Like, they understand the concept of, like, putting out the stain. Or the fire stain. I know they definitely do with... like, certain mobs do it. I don't know if, like, 100% of mobs properly seek out, like, ways to get rid of a stain or fire. But I know some do. Except for healers. Yeah, the healers are trying to drown themselves in that water at all times. Why would anyone want a yacht? Because that way you can go cruise out there to hang out with Gabe Newell. Duh. Duh, because you're never gonna see him on land again. To go to island. See, I'm a little suspicious of that comment. You didn't specify the island, and that's got me concerned. What? No, Jostings. What? What am I reading? Did you ever imagine how different Noita would be in terms of mods and everything? If it had a high concurrent players, what do you think would have been different? Like, if Noita kind of broke into the mainstream? I've always wondered about that. I have no idea. Like, I don't know if the way that Noita is allows for it to ever be a mainstream game, right? Because it is... I mean... It's pretty fucked up, right? It's pretty crazy. Your average gamer cannot handle the Noita life. I keep seeing newcomers to Noita. Yeah, that we have a flow of new guys. You know, it's not like it's the biggest game ever, but it's not a dead game. But if it ever was to make it into the mainstream, I mean, honestly, one of the things that makes me want Noita, like, that would make me happy knowing that Noita had, like, blown up and there's, like, I don't know, 1 million people playing it concurrently, would be that Noita, like, the people who created Noita, they took a lot of risks, right? They're very creative with the game. They took risks with how they challenged the players, all that kind of stuff. And I would like for other developers to see that as a, like, what's the word I'm looking for? To say, like, it's okay to make a game to challenge players, because there's so many games out there that I think are really well made, but they're afraid to make them too try-hardy or too in-depth, maybe too complex, because it's going to scare away a lot of people, right? You want to, because they're making games, they're passionate about games, but it's also a job for them, right? Like, they want to do it as a career. Well, the smart business move is, whenever you're making a game, is you want to cast the widest net. You want to make sure that your game is enjoyable to as many people as possible. Well, the moment you do that, you end up, you know, some games, yeah, some games is okay for that, right? You go for the larger audience, but there's some games that it's like, I feel like the game ends up being less than it could have been because they were afraid of scaring people away. So I guess the success of a game that's very sweaty makes me hopeful for future other devs to see that it's okay to not necessarily pander to the casuals, essentially. I mean, having too hard of a game doesn't earn you money. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that it always has to be the most insane game ever, but you guys know me. I've gone on this rant so many times. I feel like there's many games that would make for a much better game and give it a much longer lifespan if it wasn't for meta progression. Meta progression is the way that a lot of devs will take a game that they have a great concept, very challenging. They have everything, it feels like, in the right place, but then they notice that this game does, you know, scare away some of the new guys, because whenever it's fucking you up, it takes a special person, a special kind of gamer, to get punched in the face and then to say, go again. You know, they take a certain kind of gamer. Most gamers will, there's a lot of them will walk away. But by making the meta progression, it's like, oh, you've done, you know, 5 hours of gameplay. After 5 hours of gameplay, you do double damage. And you're like, why? It's like, that's just the meta progression. That's how it works. So there's a lot of these games have this meta progression to give the illusion of progress so that you're less likely to scare away the new guys so that you can keep your game growing. And that can help your game surge in the early days, right? Like, you'll get more players, you're not scaring as many people. But the longevity for your game fucking goes straight into the ground. Because at that point, what happens is people complete the game, they get the meta progression and all that stuff.
Meta progression is a big part of many games that are way more successful than Noita.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just an angry boomer.
No. See, the difference is, some people want to talk about meta progression and stuff. You're thinking of games like, I mean, any game that has like save progress, you know, not, you wouldn't make like The Legend of Zelda and you're like, oh, you want this to be like you die once and you just freaking reset. No, obviously that game is designed, everything's perfect to be the way that it is, you know. And like Ocarina of Time, you make your progress, you die, you reset, whatever. It's not like a complete reset to the beginning. But I've seen a lot of games that I feel like, it's usually because the success of one, others try to follow in those footsteps. Vampire Survivors, they saw its success and they saw how it had meta progression, and they add their own flair to things. And there's been a lot of them that added some pretty good flavors to Vampire Survivors, but they also kept the meta progression elements. And because of that, they end up kind of taking away the potential of what their game could have been, because it ends up being, you know, not a, I don't know, like, you get a surge in the beginning because everybody's playing it because it's fun and enjoyable, but it has no longevity because your game has meta progression. And once you've kind of gotten, if you get good at a game with meta progression, the game is solved. The only things you can do at that point is to make self-imposed challenges, because the game is becoming easier as you play it. There you go. Yep. There's my meta progression rant number, well, 1 billion. Not every game has the depth of Noita. That's true, and that is true. But the reason I look at Vampire Survivors is because that was one of the biggest genres in like recent years that like every dev has tried to make like a little something with, and they all follow that same damn pattern of like meta progression. They fucking love throwing the meta progression in there. Slay the Spire goes the opposite way. Spelunky is a good one for brutality. Ooh, Spelunky. Yeah, Spelunky does have those little like save spots, but yeah, I think Spelunky did a great job at the way that game's pacing feels, and yeah, I think Spelunky's a good example. It's not just meta progression, it's roguelite elements. Meta progression can mean just unlocks. Yeah, and that's why I think Isaac did it great.
I love games with meta progression. I like grind.
There's something, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can't just say 100% of games with meta progression are bad, just like you can't say 100 games with meta progression are good, obviously. But let's look to something that's a really weird example, but it does still end up applying. Look at World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, been around a billion years, everybody's played the shit out of it, all that. And, ooh, there was a polymage over here that's invisible, in fact. And there was a lot of life put back into World of Warcraft, even though the devs themselves didn't do anything. What they did is the players themselves pretty much turned their game into a, you know, one life and you're done, right? Now, I'm not saying that meta progression, all that, because MMOs, I guess, by nature have that, you know, one continuous life thing. But normally you die and you hit a res point, whatever, and you just get back to what you're doing. Meta progression is like this weird state of like not trusting your player to improve upon themselves. And the thought process on it is that to improve, you have to get better at the game. But if you're not getting better at the game will also become easier for you. That's the general idea about how meta progression is used these days. Most of the time, not 100%. But the World of Warcraft, on the other hand, players started applying one life to themselves because they were trying to add extra challenge to the game that already felt solved. They wanted something a little bit sweatier. And it shows there's a market for it. Like, you don't always have to pander to the larger audience. You can sometimes sweat it up, and because of that, have success in that world, you know? Yeah, it's like exactly, it holds your hand. Meta progression is when you hear chainsaw rapping explained for 99 times, but your brain already has a tolerance.
Bro has one single form of meta progression in his head that he doesn't like without thinking about any of the ton of great ways that meta progression has been applied.
I am talking about meta progression in your general indie game these days. I just said average. You guys are looking at outliers. I'm looking at the average. I'm not looking at like a one-off, a two-off. I'm talking about your average meta progression in like some little indie game that's coming out. It's almost always following the same uniform thing, which is not trusting their base to get better at the game, to overcome a challenge, and then to replace it with meta progression. That's the general of what I've seen.
Dunk, you don't help our argument when you make specific arguments about trends that aren't based in evidence instead of just criticizing a specific aspect you dislike.
I mean, what do you mean? I can only go off of trend. I can only tell you what the general, like, if a game comes out and there's meta progression, I can already tell you how the meta progression is going to work without understanding the game's mechanics or anything. I can tell you the meta progression will gradually make the game easier. They will try to balance it out by maybe adding a little more depth, but it's the illusion of improvement. That is, in general, how a lot of meta progression is done these days. I've seen it 100 times. You guys link me games every day, and it's almost always the same shit.
You play like 3 games per year. How do you know about indie games mechanics?
Now, does that mean 100%? No. But you guys are looking at like 1 or 2 games. You're looking at these obscure games that they go about doing things in their own way. And you're like, look at this one. But it's like, I can't speak on Slay the Spire because I never entered into that world. And like I said, I was mainly looking towards like the Vampire Survivors genre because that one's an easy one to grasp. There really isn't a lot of depth to the game. There's replayability, but not necessarily depth.
Dunk, how many new indie games have you played this year?
I mean, how many have I looked at? Probably about 100 plus. It's like, at what point, if you're saying I have to play it to know it, then how many hours is the criteria? Do I gotta play 1 hour? Do I gotta play 5 hours? Do I gotta play 10 hours? The problem is you'll never be satisfied. It's like, if you haven't played 1,000 hours, you don't understand. I mean, I can just tell you, I watched the games you link me all the time because you guys complain about me watching so many game trailers. And I look at these games later because I like to keep an eye on things. But the thing that always breaks my heart about so many games that I'm like, ooh, this game does look cool. This game looks neat. I'll watch it when it comes out. Pull up somebody's Twitch stream whenever it comes out. Next thing you know, they're pulling up the meta progression stuff, and I'm just like, and then I watch them.
Would your ideal meta progression be the games that just provide new weapons or characters, but not raw stats getting added to the profile?
I would just say like not a clear necessarily improvement. It shouldn't always be like you're better.
Chat, that's enough. Let Gramps have his own opinions, no matter how wrong they are.
To me, oh shit. Meta progression in the sense of adding more content is cool. Meta progression in the sense of being better than you were is not cool. That's like the basics of my argument. It's just because like Isaac, there are things that like you are like, you know, better, but the reason I give it like a general pass is because it's just adding more content as you go. Because, you know, it would be overwhelming. Some games there is so much content that they don't want to be like, you know, day one, here's everything. You're like, my eyes, they're bleeding. So you try to slowly, you know, drip in the content, and it's more digestible that way. You slowly learn about the game as you go. But what ends up happening most of the time is you just get better stuff these days, and you're like, oh, why is this guy doing 10 times damage? Oh, well, he unlocked a weapon that does 10 times the damage. And now you're fighting harder bosses, but you do have way more damage. Blah, blah, blah. It's just, yeah. But yeah, Slay the Spire, I'm not talking shit about Slay the Spire. I don't know how that game does its meta progression, all that. And I know Slay the Spire 2 is going to be one that people are loving right now. But this was nothing to do with Slay the Spire, so I don't know shit. You unlock most of the powerful items through meta progression on Isaac. It's 100% gets easier because of that. The issue isn't meta progression, it's bad implementation. I agree. Like, I wouldn't say though, yeah, I mean, like I said, there is definitely improvements. Like, for example, Isaac, I remember watching people play Binding of Isaac and thinking, damn, they get these god runs going so consistently, which they were obviously better because they had played more Isaac. But I'm thinking, how do you do that? And then whenever I played Isaac, and then you unlock like the dice and shit like that, and then you start to realize, oh, it's like makes it easier. You can get more consistent runs, but then there's like later stuff that you can do and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the implementation is pretty solid in that case. But I mean, I guess I give Isaac a little bit of the pass because there's a lot of decisions they made that are, I feel like, I don't know, more critical of a problem. And even with all of those, I mean, it still makes for a good game. I don't know, I don't want to like shit on Isaac, but the meta progression part of it, I would say, is one of the parts that it would be my least favorite. It's like good despite that, not because of that. Would you consider Noita to have meta progression then? Yeah, it's probably my least favorite part of Noita is the little meta progression elements. I don't think there should be any at all. But I also understand that the devs were making Noita as like a product for like a business, right? They're trying to make a good game, and by putting a little bit of meta progression in there, maybe it would be more encouraging to players. I don't know the devs' mindset when they were putting some of the stuff in, because in general, Noita is not it doesn't feel very meta progression like a lot of games out there do. Whenever you're experiencing like unlocks and stuff, it feels very different. But technically, it definitely has meta progression. Slay the Spire 1 and 2 have meta progression, is almost 100% just more content. Nothing that you unlock that makes the game easier. You should play it. The only reason I never played like Slay the Spire or, you know, Mugenics came out recently is all of these games that are very like turn-based and stuff. I don't know, I just don't get absorbed into them as much. The only meta progression I find disturbing is the Greek letters. Honestly, even the Greek letters aren't one that hurts me too much, like in terms of like, you know, because I'm so anti-meta progression, I just don't like that shit. The spell that stands out the most to me would be the Fireball Orbit, and it is this one right here. It's a pretty common spell to see, and it doesn't start spawning in your games until you've killed the dragon at least once, and it can actually give you some huge advantages on runs that there's been many times that I was in a run that was pretty rough. Like I didn't really have much damage going on, hadn't got a lot going for it, and then I find that Fireball Orbit, and it just carries me through the early game. And the reality is that wouldn't have showed up if I hadn't killed the dragon in my past run. So that is a clear case of meta progression giving me an advantage, and I don't like that. Turn-based games are great for ranting and stalling. Yeah, I know me not being a big fan of turn-based games is definitely a hot take. And one of my favorite games all time is Pokemon. So, you know, I love Pokemon, but mainly getting carried by nostalgia, I think, there. But outside of that, yeah, there's not too many turn-based games that I'm big into. And I haven't played Pokemon games in forever. I'm just mainly nostalgic for like the old school ones. Meta progression adds is that replicability? Is that replayability that you're gonna say? It gives players a grander sense of progress when they get some sort of a reward for achieving things. It makes multiple runs feel more justified. Yeah, for sure. I understand why it's there, but I mean, I think that, I don't know, like, if the meta progression itself was, like I said, not a clear improvement on your character, then I wouldn't be so annoyed with it all the time. But there's just so many games, especially, like I said, in the Vampire Survivor genre, because that's where a lot of indie devs have, in recent years, spent a lot of times making their Vampire Survivor-esque games. Meta progression is just improvements on your character, which is sad stuff. Noita's meta progression encouraged me to kill the Master of Masters. Noita's meta progression is good. I wouldn't have wanted to kill him otherwise. I mean, the thing is, you killed the Master of Masters so that in the future runs you could have add trigger. Because if I want an add trigger in my future run, you know what I do? I go kill the Master of Masters. I just go kill him.
You're really making the non-believers suffer for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag. I mean, I'm trying to play it cautiously, is all, you know. I'm afraid of throwing away my great start. I'm trying to move pretty calmly, but I guess we'll move ahead a little bit now because we are in a good spot. That's another good point. A lot of games unlocks behind challenge runs. Bugenics does that a lot. Yeah, I know Isaac also had the whole, like, you would I forget what that list is. The specific challenge runs that also would give you unlocks, which is a cool concept. You know, it's interesting. But I just think there's a ton of games that have fallen short of what they could have been had the devs not become so reliant on meta progression being the thing that keeps their players playing their game. Did Dunk get a win on Terraria? Yep, I beat Terraria and Calamity, but there are apparently harder settings I could put it on. I just did on the normal settings, like the basic. We didn't do, I think maybe there was an easier setting, but we just left it on like the normal standard. We didn't go to easy mode, we didn't go to like some super hard mode. Go ahead and grab this freeze. I do want that. Dice be nice. Nice. Maybe I should have grabbed the toxic immunity. Calamity difficulty, that's the one you beat. Oh, what's the name? Oh, chat would remember. I don't know. I remember when I was starting it up, I said, chat, which one do I click? And they were like, click this, click this. And I was like, this one will be like the normal mode. And they're like, yeah, this will be the way that like everybody plays it. And I was like, all right. No more knockback greater than toxic immunity. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right on that one. It's I mean, because toxic immunity is one of those that, I don't know, sometimes you don't get the most value out of it, but no more knockback can save an entire run. This is still a tower run? Yep. Still in the tower run. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the heal now, though. I don't think there's any reason to hold off. And I will grab the refresh. You explained Chainsaw in 1 minute. Chainsaw explained in 1 minute, including a thank you to everyone here for the help and a gift for you. A gift for me. Oh, God. Can you link it, Johnny? Try to be afraid. All right, chat, here we go. Noita explained in 1 minute. This is the Chainsaw basics. 1 minute, 9 seconds. Let's see if we can do it.
Noita explained in 1 minute. Chainsaws. In order to have a fast wand, you need to remove the cast delay and recharge time from a wand. The solution? Chainsaws. They remove 0.17 seconds of recharge time. Also, they have some magical properties. They set the cast delay of a wand to 0. Even if you have a 5 seconds cast delay, it will be reset to 0 when the chainsaw is fired. Some spells add cast delay, so sometimes you want your chainsaw to be the last spell on your wand.
That was a nice little move there. I like that little edit. That was slick.
Or you could have it in the beginning. Just make sure you spell wrap correctly, which I will explain in the next 1 minute video. A warm thank you to DunkOrSlam and his community, and if you want a more detailed explanation, make sure to check his videos and his stream on Twitch.
Let's bust out the chainsaw. Chainsaw, 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 the chainsaw, this chainsaw, chainsaw here and here.
Dude, he's even using this in part of the 1 minute. You actually did a great job.
Saw the chainsaw again. It was a chainsaw at the beginning, chainsaw at the end, chainsaw, no, chainsaw here, chainsaws, go away. How many chainsaws with 2 chainsaws and 18 chainsaws, 8 chainsaws, 3 chainsaws, 7 chainsaws. This is a lot of chainsaws.
That was good. That was good. I liked it. The visual, that really helps a lot. Like that clear visual of like where you shifted the positioning, you see the castle different. That was a nice edit. Make that the chainsaw link? What? Ready to delete their chainsaw video? You monsters. Vent busting out. This was your moment to shine, Vent. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Got him. I want to jump into that water, but I don't trust there's not like an Uko nearby. Oh, hey, there's this guy. Ooh, some pollen. I do like that wand. Oh. Shower thought, is backseating meta progression?
Bro used like 30 seconds of his 1 minute to explain everything and then just had a compilation of you saying chainsaw over and over again.
True.
Your endless rant about them.
Yeah, Johnny did a good job. I liked it. Backseating is meta progression since new knowledge is power for future runs. That's true. That's the only acceptable meta progression, Latali. Knowledge. I will accept that meta progression. Your brain is allowed. I reject all other meta progression. Is your brain allowed, or can you just use Latali's? You know what? I'd recommend using Latali's. It's already tried and true. It's been tested. It's a good brain. Hold up. Let's go down this way. Gotta be a little careful going through liquids in this area. That's how you swim directly into an Uko and get electrocuted. Dunk's very concentrated right now. I was just thinking about my build. Just planning, you know me. Okay, let's not get smacked around by the CEO. I'm just planning.
Is having children IRL meta progression? Since they can take up tasks around the house, and when you're old they take care of you?
No, that's a different, that's colony sim that you're running there. That's a different thing. You don't consider it meta progression in that case. Having children is pay to lose. Pay to lose. That's meta degression. meta degression. You're going backwards. I got my hands on some protein powder for senile. Wait, what? Should I send you some? Protein powder for the senile? What the hell? First off, what were you even doing to get your hands on this in the first place? Were you raiding the fucking pantry of some old person? It was for my grandma? Wait, really? You're still in your grandma's protein powder? I think we're okay to move in the next area. I haven't really found a lot in this zone, but we're gonna be fine, right? Probably. Yeah. Grandma's gonna beat your ass. Oh shit. Grandma's violent for that protein powder. Oh, nice. So we'll take the speed up. We'll put it there. Okay, all these bombs that I had end up not making use of them at all. Okay, this is good enough. We're fine. Ooh, look at this. Healthy exploration. We grab this. We get free heals. I guess we can leave the heal on the mountain. So it's kind of silly because I don't think I'll backtrack. Missing out on that permanent 10 HP, but we'll leave it there just in case. I really need to upgrade my damage. This is pretty deep in to still be reliant on that same wand. Ooh, that's dangerous. We do not want them going near this. No, 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 no. Aw, pretty lame wand, actually. Oh. Die already! Oh, he grabbed the wand. Wand's damage is weak. What's up, Jack? Wait, what's this message? Hold up. I have seen this before, I believe. Thank you, Dunk. For years, I've been paralyzed and stuck in a wheelchair, but when my friends started playing your stream, I gained the strength to get up and turn that trash off. Thank you, Mr. Dunk, and all you do for the disabled community. Listen, this would be clever, except for the fact that you copy-pasted it from another chat. Don't encourage him, chat. He copy-pasted that for another chat. That is lazy. That is lazy. Where are the fresh memes? Not this stale old pasta. Why not using Glowing Lance? Because Glowing Lance is trash. One of the worst spells in Noita, even though it can be used for really specific situations, but in general, trash.
I give you fresh pasta on the regular, and then you try to claim it's AI slop. You're the problem here, buddy, not us.
That's just because you're writing low-quality pastas. I have a refined palate. I need high-quality pasta. Dude, where are the healers at? I know I saw one back there, but I may have killed, but besides that one. There's a healer. There we go. Got rid of that guy before he could heal him. And that guy. And that guy. And that guy. And that guy. And alright, let's see if we can get back to that tank. I think it's dead. No, it's still there. Alright, my buddy over here, the tank, could use some heals. He's gonna go to the... Oh no, he went to the correct side. Sweet. No, healer! Get away from the fire! You're made of paper. Get away from the fire. Uncle Grandpa... Oh shit, hold up. Okay, you just killed my healer. Uncle Grandpa, will you ever play the Deep End mod? Uncle Grandpa? What the hell's an Uncle Grandpa? Roll Tide. As your so-called mentor, I must confess, I've never been prouder to be utterly embarrassed by your decision-making skills. Keep it up, and who knows, maybe one day you'll reach the questionable greatness that is me. Report, what the hell are you on about? I do not have a broken wand. Why did I think I did? My brain. Fuck it, we're going forward. Just joined. Where did this run start? This run started in the tower. We got a very nice spawn. And I've been trying to utilize it to the max. Nice. My character's actually stuck. Beyond's taking notes. Hold up. The fuck? I mean, I have a black hole, but I just... This is ridiculous.
Well, gentlemen, it seems we have a dumbass among us, but we can't just watch him die, can we?
Why is Dunk humping a statue? The statue's humping me! What are you talking about?
Gotcha, bitch.
Alright, I'm not focused in enough. That's why I gotta me lock in. Alright. Oh, wait. I think I had it for a moment. Okay, that's crazy, though. That statue glitched out hard. I just shot the black hole because I got tired of it humping me. I don't know why I dug out of here. We have the ability to edit. Anyways. Huh. Oh, that's woo. Bit dangerous. He'll call me with nuke orbit and cessation. It's quite the kill. I am explosion immune, but timing that could be a little rough. Imagine you respawn back in as the rubble's falling. The hell's our good stuff? The jungle. The jungle's where the mega loots hide. They're really hiding. I need help to find a way to have Poggies in the smartphone app. I can't understand shit. I know there is some kind of phone app, I think, for the 7TV emotes and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember which one is the one that people use, though. I think there is one, though. Pretty sure there's a popular one. No, Pornhub is not an app. I think you're discussing something different. Dude, what is going on right now? It used to be, it should be. You guys are getting sidetracked. Fuck it. What's the game gonna give to us? That is a wand. That is, in fact, a wand. Actually, there's a no more shuffle as well. But, so we grab this. Spitter timer. Put a speed up on the spitter timer. Put down a 6 cast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put that up. The freeze, we would put it on it, but right now we don't want to do that in the vault, because the vault enemies, actually, a lot of them get helped by the freeze. So we'll put the orbiting arc here, and then now, huge damage upgrade. Very creative build. Thank you, thank you. You're just mad because I'm about to win the tower run, and you are upset. Fish test? What do you mean by fish test? You want me to murder the fish? Alright, test it on the fish. Fish test approved? Maybe? You happy with it? Statue test? Statue test? Pretty good damage. We'll even go Hungry Ghost. Oh, was that bingo bait? Oh, god damn it. Was I baited for you bingo cheaters? Let's move forward. Read the chatter above Joy Crow. Above them? You talking about Vialet? This gameplay is so sleepy. If you're not yapping, you should read chat. And if you are yapping, you should stop and read chat. Instead, Outrun just asked an excellent question. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit just... I'm a brain, man. I'm a little bit tired right now. Chat's been a pain in the ass today. Do you have a favorite music track from this game? That's a good one, Outrun. That's a good question. I don't know the actual song, but the jungle music is pretty pop, and I always feel like maybe it's like I just like the jungle, and so whatever music's playing there, I'm just like happy, you know. I don't know. I really like all of the Noita music in general. Like I always feel like I'm vibing, but I wouldn't be able to like identify. You know, we did a game show. QZ hosted one, and he was playing like soundtracks from Noita, and it'd be like, "Where's this music from?" And I'm like, Noita? I mean, obviously that wasn't the question, is it from Noita? It was about where in Noita is it played. And I'm not like, you know, able to pinpoint everything perfectly. I just like the general vibe of the music and everything. But yeah, Jungle, I always feel like that's the one for some reason that puts me in like a really good mood. Like whenever it's popping, there's a lot of action, jungle music's blasting. You love the vault music? It's called Timing Chain? Timing Chain. It's all got like a funky vibe. It all just kind of gels with Noita so well. Because Noita's a funky game. Oops, I almost did that. The Jeopardy was fun. Who lost it? We still have, you know, the Jeopardy committee is having to look into the legitimacy of the competition. There's word that there was some foul play, and yeah, they're having to look into it. Actually, you know what I can do? Yeah, we'll just leave that one on there. It's fine. Dunk, important question. Are you going to be on time for Noita Rivals? Yes, I will, because I'll be streaming, I think, for like, you know, 11 or 12 hours before it. I will probably go live, well, I say tomorrow, but later today. I'll be going live in 15 hours or so, and then I don't plan to go offline until I have to leave. Like, I'm supposed to be going doing some birthday stuff for my brother at some point on Saturday. So I just will be streaming till I have to go to that, which I think is like 18 hours later. When's Noita Rivals? Noita Rivals will be taking place in 27 and a half hours from right now. So one day in like 3.5 hours, something like that. For me, in Texas, it'll be Saturday at 11:30 a.m. I think is the starting time. You gonna sleep? I mean, today, yeah. Like, I'll probably go to sleep after the stream. I'll probably do a bit of programming, then I'll sleep. And then, when I wake up, I'll stream. I stream until the event. I found out the event is going to be like 6 hours, and chat got mad at me for not knowing that it was 6 hours, and then they talk shit. So then I just will be streaming, I guess, for those 6 hours. And then when that ends, it's because I'll be running late for my brother's birthday. I hope I don't die in a fiery car wreck. But, yeah, that'll be the gameplay. So I will not be here on Saturday night because there's no way I'm going from like a, I don't know, 16-hour stream, whatever it ends up being, to my brother's birthday party to streaming again. So Saturday, so basically tomorrow's stream will be our last stream of the week. Part-time streamers, shut your mouth, TNT. God damn it. I will literally be, I'm already like a little bit tired, and at that point I'll be exhausted. Just stay up 36 hours. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. We'll find out. Hopefully QZ's got some fun things planned for us that'll give me some energy. Because I mean, hopefully I'll be about, you know, 12 hours in a stream whenever it starts, so I'll need a little kick in energy. Luckily 12 hours isn't so bad though, like starting the event. Maybe QZ planned this to fix your sleep schedule by shifting it by 12 hours. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I'm just fucking, he's the puppet master over here. I'm the puppet falling right into his fucking plan. He's pulling the strings. He knows exactly what's happening. He's like, ah, it's all according to plan. Oh shit. Would you willingly do a Path of Dark Flame build someday, or is it much of a... No, Path of Dark Flame is not that bad of a spell. It's got a couple things about it that I dislike, but in general, it is a spell that I would really like to use more. It's one of the spells that I go to whenever people talk about, oh, I'm so bored of watching chainsaw builds, you know, I've seen it a million times, or why is Noita set up in such a way that I tend to see you running the same builds, and I'm like, I agree. I wish there was something that stirred the spells around in terms of like maybe the tier that they're considered, or like where you see them in the world, because I think there are fun runs that could be done if something like Path of Dark Flame. I would also make it so it doesn't have limited charges, because the limited charges does kill the creativity with it. But imagine a scenario that Path of Dark Flame shows up in like the first or second zone and has unlimited charges. I don't know, it feels like it could make for a fun run, because you're having to like adapt around it, build with it, and again, I don't know in terms of game balance. Obviously that's a huge thing to ask of the devs. Hey, can you make it so all the spells just fucking mix around? It's like, oh, you may fucking break the game's balance entirely. But at the very least, there could be like maybe the daily run, or just one of the game modes could be like where it's slowly based on like the time of the year. Is like maybe like the date is set as like the seed, and then that mixes up the spells a little bit. Then you could have just different metas. You'd be like, oh shit, you know, today's daily, you end up seeing, I don't know, insert whatever spell that you normally don't see until like the late game. You'd be like, oh, that spell, you actually see it really early in today's daily, and so you can do a build based around it. It's like, that's cool. Instead, if somebody says like, hey, I want to see a Path of Dark Flame build, what happens is I end up getting powerful. I have 1,000 HP, whatever, I have a ton of damage, and then I finally find the spell, Path of Dark Flame, and I have to downgrade my build so that I can purposefully run an inferior build with Path of Dark Flame just because I want to say I used it in a build. When in the alternative one, the one where it mixes them around, Path of Dark Flame wouldn't be some just meme, goofy build. It'd be like, it'd be a legitimate strategy where you're like, maybe Path of Dark Flame would be your best option for that day. That would be fun. Can't that be a mod? Oh yeah, and not only that, but there may be one where it mixes around the tiers of spells and everything. But I think what would make it cool though is that it's something more of a community experience, because Noita is one of these games where people are always talking about like strategies and stuff, right? So if everybody was experiencing it on something like the daily run, you could discuss why like this spell and this spell, like how to go about using it early in a run. If it's just constantly changing all the time, you really wouldn't have any time to establish like strategies or metas before it changed on to other stuff. That's why I think a daily could be neat. It's a way to get a lot of feedback in a short period of time on like, hey, what does Path of Dark Flame look like in the early game first zone?
Like when you used Holy Lance on a wand for a Holy Lance build by completely neutering the spell and doing damage by other means.
What? I ran Holy Lance, just straight up Holy Lance many times before on its own. Also, I've killed myself with the Holy Lance fucking spell too. Okay, these are lame. Hey, can't go wrong with a little saving grace. Play a seed that has Path of Dark Flame early. I don't think that will really happen unless you get it from like a treasure chest or some shit like that, which can happen, but it's like so it's a very unusual thing. getting the win. Why is your runs Holy Mountain always filled with blood and fire? Mine is never. Always filled with blood and fire. Whenever you grab the perk, it should shift whatever the ground into blood. I have still yet to run into Chainsaw after 50 runs. So I've been having fun with other builds. Made a Spark Trigger with Fire Trail and Crit on Fire that delivered Holy Cross last night. Hey, getting creative on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I've chainsaws. I guess the reason chainsaws stand out as like, oh my god, I get chainsaws all the time is because if you just find one chainsaw wand, you're usually using those chainsaws, right? It tends to be the optimal build. So if you look through 60 wands and one of them has chainsaw, you're using it. Compared to all the other ingredients, they're easier to pass up on, so they don't always stand out as like, because you know you can skip them and you're like, ah, it's whatever. There it is, chat. Another dub. Yo! And you know what this means, chat? The most exciting thing about that run ending right there is we can go to our mod and we look for the tower. This was a tower win. We get to disable that. Woo! That is a huge one to get off that list. I was considering that one of the hard zones to deal with, and it is gone now.